Welcome to China Yuan Paradise. This is John Wong. Well, today we want to look at the miracle of the manufacturing industry of Japan. On the 8th of October this year, Japan's third largest steel maker, Kobe Steel, they got into trouble. They were found to have created false accounting. Even though what they have done in terms of the segment of false accounting only represents 4% of the entire business, but it is a news that has rocked the industry, especially when people always think of Japanese as the companies that has high integrity and honesty. So immediately, a lot of the clients were also affected. The clients of Kobe Steel, including, for example, Boeing, Airbus, Benz, GE, Toyota, Tesla, Hitachi, etc. These are all various very famous clients and companies using Kobe's service, and they were impacted as well. So this news badly impacted Japanese companies who have always taken pride that they are of quality superiority. Now, let's look at what the Chinese media is saying about this series of news. On the 11th of October, okay, let's look at a series of them. Chinese media, they had a lot of massive report. The People's Daily, Renmin日报, said steel producers scandals caused Japanese manufacturers to backtrack. Okay, Economic News Daily, 每日经济新闻, said the fall of Japanese products, and then column, Toshiba, Sharp, Takata, all failed. Look at Peking Youth Papers. Okay, what does it say? Kobe Steel scandal spread to home team, causing Japanese products to fall from the altar. 跌下了神台. Now, Reference News 参考消息 said Japanese products accused by many 遭千夫所指. Other than this, the China Economic Weekly 中国经济周报周刊, the Economics Reference 经济参考 etc. the Xinhua News, they all carried very similar, very bashing tones and reports. Question: is the miracle of Japanese products or production or manufacturing over? Well, let's look at some statistics, okay? For the past 20 years, we look at China, US, and Japan. And we compare the number of Fortune 500 companies, right? In 1996, Japan had 99 companies listed on the Fortune 500. In 2006, that dropped to 70. So from 99 dropped to 70. To 2016, it dropped to only 52 companies in the Fortune 500. Okay. Now, at the same time, China is growing strong. China, in 2016, it has grown to 97 companies on the Fortune 500. US has always maintained above 100. So that's looking at the Fortune 500. Now let's look at in terms of the manufacturing value add. Okay, in 2006, US produced, the value is approximately $1.84 trillion USD. Okay, now it has increased to $2.14 trillion. Okay, now China has increased tremendously. Okay, to $3.34 trillion US dollars, beating the United States of America. Japan, from 2006, it was about 1 trillion USD, 1 trillion USD. That's 2006. It has now dropped to 0.89 trillion USD. So it does show that in terms of the production value add, Japan has indeed fallen quite a fair bit from this point of view. Now let's look at GDP. Okay, GDP is a very important comparison for these three countries, especially. In 2007, Japan had 100 trillion Japanese yen, okay, of assets parked outside Japan. 100 trillion Japanese yen assets. Okay, so if you were to convert into GNP, gross national product, okay, it is about 11.18 trillion USD dollars. It is ranked actually number one in terms of the world for GNP. It's even exceeded US 9.5 trillion USD. Okay, so in terms of GNP, it does show that in Japan it's still not that bad. It's still pretty strong because it has a lot of assets parked outside Japan. Okay, so that's not as bad. Now, in terms of, let's look at high technology business, because Japan has always taken pride in its own high technology, television sets, the cars. They've always been one of the leading ones. So US, okay, according to 2016, okay, and we look at the in terms of the new technologies across the companies or countries or companies across countries, US had 39 companies that are ranked as high technology, and they're ranked number 1, US. Okay, Japan had 34, ranked number 2. China had 1. Okay, so that part we can see that in terms of this particular ranking, okay, that's still a bit of difference. Japan is still pretty strong, and some of these new areas of growth includes, let's say, new materials, artificial intelligence, medical, new energy, robots or robotics, high technology hardware, environmental friendly products, okay, and recycling of resources. So these are some of the areas that Japan is still doing very well. Some are ranked still number 1 in the world, some are ranked, most of them in the top 3 position. So we've looked at all this, and then we've seen now China is different. China has grown spectacularly. We are changing from a low cost, labor intensive industry to become a high technology, high value added industry. We have now we're now going through, in China we're going through an asset transfer phase. Okay, so from low end production, those are all flowing to Southeast Asia like Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar. Whereas China is doing more of the high cost, high end production. Okay, so this will likely be the new trend, and this will likely set the pace for China to become hot on the trails of countries like Japan or US, especially when we have so much R&D ongoing. So guys, if you're looking at opportunities and you want to go into China to start labor intensive business, forget it, it is gone, it's passé. Today, go for something that's more high value added, more high end. That's where the opportunities lie ahead, right? That includes things like electric cars, include things like phones, computers. Okay, so look out for high technology, high end production, high end developments, opportunities in China. Thank you so much. This is John Wong. I will see you again.